difficult is that obviously that back six has been, you know, you've had to make a couple of forced changes. How difficult is it to have to reshuffle that and to get a makeshift sort of back six, if you like, for this week?
It's not too difficult. So we've still got Henderson and McKay went back last week. So we'll probably spend a little. Those two players will probably spend a little bit more time in our back line this week.
It's been a real test of your depth, though, hasn't it? You've obviously had to ask the boys to step up each week. How difficult is that to, you know, really have to stretch the list, you know, week in, week out?
Yeah, there is some benefits from it. So we get to see some players, and it's credit to the recruiting staff here that we have got great depth. So we hope we get a few players back. Probably won't get them till after the bye, but we've got some guys back training, which means hopefully there'll be some real pressure on for spots and we can get some momentum going.
You're not just losing two players, you're losing two of your key playmakers in Yench and Smith. You mentioned McKay and Henderson. Well, they, as you said, they'll be charged with a lot more playmaking duties back there. And how do you cover the loss of two such significant players?
Yeah, well, Smith, we're hopeful, is only going to be maybe a week, or you know, at worst maybe 2 weeks. Yench is really, you know, he was in great form. He's brings a bit of bubble around the club as well. I actually went in and saw him this morning, and he's still in really good spirits. But we'll find someone. That's the great part about it. There's a bit of unknown about it. Someone gets the chance to step up.
With Brodie, second concussion in 5 or 6 weeks. Obviously, you made an early call on him during the week. You're saying it may be his second week. Is that because he's had two close together?
Yeah. And
this one wasn't as bad. It didn't seem as the first one, but obviously bigger repercussions.
Yeah, all of that. You know, industry's on notice with concussion, so we're making sure we tick all the boxes.
Was he worse on Monday this time than he was after that heavy one against Collingwood?
No, he was better. He was better. Yeah.
So it's just more the precautionary.
Yeah, just what you said. The two in a couple of weeks. Yeah.
On the outside, GWS look like a really big improver. They've got such an exciting list. What do you sort of make of them?
No, a really exciting team. I think Leon and his team's done a really good job. So we all knew there was talent there, but now they've added a bit of experience in games to the talent. Brought Griffin and Patfull in as well. That's going to be a great test. I'm really looking forward to the game. I noticed they got a good crowd versus Hawthorn. Be great to see if they can get a similar crowd this week.
How good are they when they're sitting 5th, you guys 4th? Are they a genuine finals chance, the Giants?
Yeah, I said it's going to be a really even year. I said that a number of times. I think it's going to be like that. So still early days, but I've been really impressed with them. You take out the West Coast game, they've got a little bit more consistency in their performance. I looked at their midfield as well, like Caniglio, Shield, Treloar, Devon Smith, Whitfield. If they can keep that group together, you know, that's going to worry a lot of teams. And then you add Cameron and Patton if they get up and going. So they're really well placed.
Phil, what does it say of the character of your boys that you can go through? I mean, the next 4 weeks will be pretty challenging given your injury list, and you can come through and play as well as you played and win, hopefully, the majority of those games. That's
what I expect, Theo. But in saying that, we've got 3 games and then we've got a break. So that's going to come at a really nice time. And these are 3 really important games for us, though. I talk about getting into position, so you can get into a bit of position, so then the back end of the season you can really make a launch for the finals, and that's what we're trying to do. So I've been really proud of the performance of the guys, but we know that we're going to get tested over these next couple of weeks.
You spoke of challenges you've met in your first 7 weeks now of the season as a head coach. Dealing with the injuries, is this something that you anticipated? Did you have a plan for this when you first started? Yeah, well, this is part of the industry. You know, you plan for them. You got to make sure your list is well managed as well, so you can cover them. It's like West Coast. You know, they've lost 2 of their key defenders, but they've been able to find a way, and that's what good clubs do. That's what we've been trying to do.
Phil, you're confident Cam Elsione and Josh Jenkins have done enough recovery to put their hand up?
Yeah, they both trained really strongly yesterday, so we're about to do match committee now, but you would think they would both come into the team.
So it's fair to say Jenkins will offer the support that Sam may need at this point? Yeah,
we have got an option, and we will discuss it. So you've heard me mention Riley O'Brien. The other one who's jumped up on us, I'm not sure, were you in Balaclava?
Yeah, Osborne you're talking about.
Yeah. So Osborne's the other one now that I didn't know a lot about him, and his last couple of weeks have been really strong. So we would need to elevate him, but he's someone who will get discussed at match committee today.
Any other injuries that we don't know about that possibly affect your game this weekend?
I just saw the doctor then, he didn't tell me any, Andrew, so no.
Another guy, Balaclava, who you would have been quite impressed with, first game for the season, Riley Knight, dashing half-back wingman. Is he someone that, if he gets fit and progresses, could be a Yench replacement?
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of Riley actually. He had some injury problems over the pre-season. That's the first time I've invested a fair bit of time watching him play, so I was really happy with what he brought. I'm not sure he's a back, but no, he caught my attention as well, Andrew.
But what about Nathan Van Berlo? He obviously had a really good start when he came back off that Achilles. How have you seen his form over the 7 weeks since he's been back?
No, he's played his role, so his possession numbers mightn't look that great, but he's had a role to play within the team. Maybe to the outsider they don't understand exactly what that role is, but internally we've been quite happy with his performance.
There's talk today that it's father-son rule, obviously. Crows have got a few young guns coming through. How do you view that possible change in the rule with some young players of greats coming through the club here now?
Yeah, it's a little bit complex just to understand it,
yeah.
So I don't want to get bogged down in that. Our head of football, David Noble, was on that review panel, so I agree with the changes they're trying to make. Just with young Ben, he's still a kid, still a way off. You know, obviously we're aware of him, but I don't like putting pressure on young kids as well.
Why do you agree with the possible changes?
Oh, I think it's a fairer system, that's all. And I think that's what we're trying to do. We live in a competition that has a lot of unfairness in it because of the draw now with academies, with father-son. I think we just need to have something where, yeah, that's about right, that's where it should fit. And I think that'll make it a little bit fairer.
Is there a certain part of the team you want to see take the next step from what you saw against St Kilda?
Yeah, look, I'm probably on record that I don't want to get bogged down in saying I'm disappointed, because you've mentioned the injuries and I don't want to go down the injury line, but we probably haven't, other than the North Melbourne Collingwood game, played both styles of footy that I'm really looking forward for. I thought again we had our moments against St Kilda, but we've still got work to do. We're not really where I'm at, and the good point for mine coming up is against GWS and then against Fremantle, teams that I rate really highly. I'm expecting us to step up, and we're going to have to do that if we're going to win.
Even with so many injuries, I mean, you're still winning with a long injury list, which is a real tip for the club and yourself. Can you get to where you want to get while you play a game with so many key personnel out? Or is it just a matter of surviving until you get them back?
Yeah, I think the question on us at the moment is our back line is still inexperienced. So will that stand up in really big games? I'm confident. And the other person we've missed is Josh Jenkins, that taller guy in our forward line, which has meant the last 2 weeks we've had to play a certain way, which maybe is not finals-like. You need, in my opinion, to have that big forward that you can just kick the ball to and get out of jail when you're under extreme pressure. We haven't been able to do that the last 2 weeks. So he's a really important part of it. And also, that Sam Jacobs, you can't just keep getting him to do 90% of the ruck work. Now, the great part about it for Sam is we saw the character of the guy. He actually stood up. And I thought his last 2 games were as good as he's played. He got votes from both coaches the last 2 weeks, so that's a credit to the guy.
Heard Kyle Cheney speaking last night, pressing home the importance of a fast start, you know, against a red-hot, young, confident side. Have you emphasised that? I know it's important in every game, but this week in particular, to get the crowd out of it, you know, to curb their momentum.
Yeah, as an industry, we get a fixation on fast starts. You know, we want to get off to a good start. Look, that's really important. I also want to finish good as well. So, look. We've had some areas in the start of games that I haven't been happy with, and guess what areas they are? The things I talk about all the time. So we have mentioned it this week. The point is, though, you've got an opposition, okay, who want to do exactly the same thing. But we don't want to give GWS a quick start come Saturday. We don't want to be trying to play catch up against them.
For you, Coach, Kane Corns, quite a bit of his career. He's retiring obviously on Sunday. A few words from his career.
Yeah, look, I think he's a great example to all players that you can get the absolute best out of yourself. You may be capable of being a player you never considered you could be, and that's what Kane's been able to do. I really hope Ken puts him on Cochin or someone so he can go out the way he made a name for himself in the industry, shutting down the opposition best player. So I'll definitely be watching that game on Sunday, and I wish Kane and his family all the best.
Have the Crows in your pocket with the official club app.
Get the latest news and read player profiles.
Watch videos straight to your smartphone.
Eddie Betts. Oh my goodness. Don't try that at home.
And it's all free.
Download it today from iTunes and the Google Play Store.